let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Now we start off with a promo between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and I gotta be honest, man. Seth Rollins is just a wimpy little kid. I feel like each week he looks less cool, right? Like, he does not look like a guy that could beat you up. He looks like a clown. He has a wimpy voice, he whines all the time, and then you have Cody Rhodes, who looks like a fucking lawyer. I don't understand why these are our champions. It's insane to me. It's insane, guys. Alright, but basically, Seth Rollins is talking about the vision. Oh, the vision, we're the vision because we're the future. Like, no shit, bro. You said this for fucking 4 months. Like, oh, it's crazy. And all of this is going to lead up to another filler show at Crown Jewel. This is all, everything leads to another filler PLE, right? You start from WrestleMania 41, which was the worst WrestleMania ever. Both shows were shit. Then you had Money in the Bank, which was shit. You had SummerSlam, 2 nights, both were shit. Clash in Paris, what was that? I don't remember it. And then we had WrestlePalooza. All of these PLEs have been very underwhelming. Where's the effort, right? And this is where I want to talk about how they're trying to tell stories now, right? So after Seth Rollins had his little promo, Cody Rhodes talked. And this is what Triple H loves to do. They love to tell stories by basically telling old stories, right? So Cody Rhodes was like, who are you, Seth? Because what I remember, he basically talked about WrestleMania 40, where Cody Rhodes first won the championship. And this was like a 5-minute story time with Cody Rhodes. Who are you, Seth? You were my shield. Shit like that. The corny shit. We then get a backstage segment with Jimmy and Jay. And the show is really emphasizing on Jey Uso having heelish tendencies right now, right? He's going off on his brother. He's saying things that a face wouldn't say. And honestly, this is probably the best part of the show, right? Jay needs a change. Jay needs something new to his character, right? We can't keep yeeting and chanting and all this shit and cheering when he's not doing much. So, yeah, have a change to his character. And honestly, where he's at right now, working with his brother, having the same amount of screen time with Jimmy, that's where Jay's best at. That's where he's best, is being with his brother. And when they're together telling stories, it's better for both. So hopefully they can keep them together working with their stories, because I really don't think you can have a separate storyline with Jey Uso without a Jimmy. I feel like they try to do it leading up to WrestleMania 41 with Gunther versus Jay, and the story was very boring and didn't make any sense. They had to pull in Jimmy to save the fucking day. So yeah, keep doing what they're doing with Jey Uso. Turn him heel. Have him fuck around. The one thing I don't like is that he's beating up LA Knight, but whatever. We know how Triple H feels about LA Knight. LA Knight is not going to be a main champion at this point of his career, which does suck, but we got to get over it now. LA Knight, he's top mid-carder. That's what he is. And for some reason, he's losing to Jey Uso, which is crazy, because Jey Uso should just be a top tag teamer. But it's whatever. Honestly, LA Knight's biggest mistake is not being Samoan. Like, I really don't. If LA Knight was related to Jey Uso, LA Knight would have been a 5-time WWE champion by now. Right? And I'm not saying LA Knight should be, because LA Knight is. I'm not a huge LA Knight guy. You know what I mean? He's not great in the ring. He's great on the mic compared to these other bums. But that's just how wrestling is, right? Nepotism, favoritism, all these things go together with WWE. So, yeah. We then get a great tag team match between, we had the New Day, we had the the Viking Warriors, and Penta. I guess Penta was fighting with the Viking Warriors, and I completely forgot that these Viking Warriors were a tag team. And the fact that these guys were the champions leading up to WrestleMania 41. Isn't that crazy, guys? These guys, the Viking Warriors, were champions leading up to WrestleMania. With absolutely no storyline, with absolutely no pop, no one knowing who the fuck they are, no one giving a shit about them. Just a useless WrestleMania. Like, you can just go down the fucking list, man. John Cena winning the championship, and then Cody Rhodes winning it back in like a month. So that WrestleMania match, honestly, didn't even matter. Like, oh man, every match from WrestleMania really doesn't matter. The EO match with Bianca Belair and Rhea doesn't really matter, right? Look who's champion now, Stephanie Vaquer. And this is another problem that Triple H always runs into. Someone from NXT that's really good, that they think deserves to be champion for whatever reason, they just give them the belt, right? Tiffany Stratton just gave her the belt. Laura Valkyria just gave her the belt. Braun Breaker just gave him the belt, right? And all of these title reigns just felt boring. Lackluster. Well, Tiffany is still champion, I'm pretty sure, so whatever. That title reign, honestly, is boring, right? But all of these title reigns have been boring. Braun Breaker's title reign, do you guys even remember it? Can you guys name 2 rivalries? Or honestly, can you name one great feud Braun Breaker had as an IC champion? I can't name one. Same with Laura Valkyria. I mean, you could say what's her name? Not Charlotte Flair. Becky. There we go. Becky Lynch, right? I guess that's her big feud, which honestly, that's good on her, right? Because Braun Breaker doesn't even have one. Triple H is going to have to understand that the belt is not going to just make a star. Putting the belt on someone is not going to make that person better. It's the person that's going to make the belt feel more special. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is. That's how it's always been. The belt feels more special when it's around the waist of someone special. That's what happens. When you bring someone like Stephanie Vaquer, you put the belt on her, that lowers the value of the women's championship. I'm just being honest. Her winning the belt I think she's been on the main roster for like 2 months. Like, that's like Carmelo Hayes being WWE champion in his first 2 months on Raw. Like, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, what storyline was Stephanie Vaquer even in to become champion? And this is the problem. There's no storyline. There's no emotional story. Like, why are you rooting for her? Why do you want Stephanie Vaquer to be EO? Maybe I missed out on it, but I don't remember any great emotional storyline between any. And it's like, yes, these girls aren't great with English, so you can make an emotional story, right? Bring family into it. Bring something. You know, like, man, they just always find a way to just do things without having to try. It's crazy to me. We then get a backstage segment with Bayley and Laura Valkyria, and basically they were just catching up. Bayley, she has this new character where I'm guessing she has split personalities, and this is the old Bayley, she's the nice Bayley here, and I guess next show we're going to get the mean Bayley, so we'll see about that. Honestly, this is probably more exciting than most of the stuff on the show, so good job, Bayley. Whatever. Honestly, I can't really criticize it because I haven't seen much of it, but hopefully this can grow into something big. But knowing Triple H and knowing the show, it's just going to mean nothing. Just like America. Wait, what's his name? What the fuck is his name? Americano guy. With Chad Gable under the mask. What happened to that? What happened to him? That could have been a great story, but they just dropped the ball because they don't give a shit about stories. You know what I mean? We then get Stephanie Vaquer, her promo, and wow. Yeah, she's just not great at English, and, you know, not Laura Vaquer, what's her name? Io Sky, she wasn't great at English either. I just don't understand why, like, can we at least have a manager for them, or like a Paul Heyman version, like a woman version of Paul Heyman, like someone, right? Like, have a character. You have so many women that you have so much women that are not getting any screen time. You can pick any of them, say, you're a manager, you speak for them. That's it. It's not hard. It is not hard. And then you can tell stories in a very easier way. Like, the stories that we're getting are just so elementary because they're not great at English. Like when you see a Io Sky storyline, it's very elementary. The story is just very simple. It's because she's not great at speaking English. It's very hard for her to convey her message. And it's not her fault. But she doesn't have someone helping her. It blows my mind that they're like, oh, here you guys go. You guys can go out there and do a promo by yourself when they can barely speak English. Like, it's doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. We then get a match between LA Knight and Jey Uso, and this match was interrupted. The Visions came out to distract LA Knight, and Jey Uso capitalized and got the win. He actually hit a full spear this time. This was probably the best spear of Jey Uso's career. You know, he still did the Uso splash, a very boring splash, but he did get the win. LA Knight's taking pins by Jey Uso, but it's crazy, man. We then get a nice little backstage segment with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. And tell me why Becky Lynch at this point, in my opinion, is better than Seth Rollins. Guys, like promo-wise, her character's just a very delusional, self-absorbed, unintentionally funny character. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it way more than Seth Rollins right now, especially when you look at both of their characters. You can't really pinpoint what Seth Rollins' character is. It's just a flamboyant clown? Like, is that what he is? But basically, in this segment, Becky Lynch is basically ranting to her husband and Seth Rollins is just staring at a watch. Just staring. And this watch was given to him from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. So I guess that's the story. And I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes had a ring that was from Seth Rollins or something like that. I don't know. I kind of skimmed by that part. But yeah, the story is based off of a watch and a ring. So that's very cute. We then get a backstage segment. We got Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. And I feel like every single week I've seen this segment, guys. It's actually crazy. It's Rhea saying, oh, are we supposed to be like here? Are we allowed to talk to each other? And then Io's like, can you cancel the match? And then, you know, it's really repetitive. I'm just happy that they finally kind of not ended the storyline, but ramped it up, because that leads to the main event, which was honestly a very good match between Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea ends up winning, but Asuka gets the last laugh. She sprays some blue goo all over Rhea's face. Kairi Sane joins in, and of course Io comes in because Rhea's like her new friend, and she wants to protect Rhea. Io gets beat up by her former friends, and this was the big shocker. This was the big moment of the show, which was very predictable. But were the fans shocked? No. Were the fans cheering, this is awesome? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you know, it was a good moment, right? It was predictable, but I'm happy that they finally reached this conclusion. Even though this is probably the beginning of a Io Rhea versus the Kabuki Warriors tag feud. They're probably going to have a tag feud and maybe get the tag champions on them, which honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I honestly would enjoy that, and I would hope that that's the lane that they're going into. But yeah, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys very soon. Peace out.